Legion marches.
Welcome on back everyone to the Warhammer 3 in part 16 of our KROQ-GAR'S Plaguefather SFO Grimmhammer campaign. In today's episode we have Moxia the Fallen brought on over to throw down with our myriad of enemies in Cathay proper. We should soon also be able to start recruiting up another army just in case the massive force that is Grimgor's. I think he's still number 1. And he maintains one war at a time. He's going to be incredibly difficult to stop. Hopefully, some of the factions around him don't like him very much. But everyone's too scared to declare war, which, fair enough, Grimgor is absolutely terrifying, especially in SFO, where he basically upgrades I think it's every 6 wins. He continues to gain new upgrades to his army. In the Plague Cauldron, I'm going to come on in and grab the Crumbling Ague on Moxia's army. We're going to go ahead and infect him directly. Make sure they're building up some experience on some of these lesser trained units we've got. I added him in both of the 2 Chaos Knights that we had access to, so we've got the Lances and the normal ones, both with just normal bonus V infantry and bonus V large, with a bit of armor piercing, which would be great against the rats. Honestly, both of those sets of knights are going to be fantastic. So we're going to swing on back over to KROQ-GAR'S proper. So you have a lord that has been moved. Oh, Grand Duke. True, let's come on up through Zhenwu.
On we go.
Surprisingly, this mountain pass has a really bad chance for an ambush. Go ahead and throw ourselves into said ambush stance. Step into Shenyang and possibly start passing some Nurgle corruption out over here.
Follow Grandfather.
Stand on top of this rock. Absolutely. And I have added back in the dynamic world mod, so we should start seeing the area get all Nurgly as we conquer lands. And if we lose lands, it'll start looking more like those that have conquered, like Skaven and such. Great. No more upgrades we had for now. We'll move on through to the intern, and let's come on up to the Grand Duke.
Your rotted remains.
Right, Thorek Ironbrow comes up to claim Lamia. Not much I can do about that, but his army is pretty weak. So Thorek, hopefully you like Plague. KROQ-GAR'S is coming for thee. Alright, Grimgor, what say you? Non-aggression pack for 2,000? Get yourself a deal. Grimgor realized I am almost as terrifying as he is. So Lamia was sacked, they took 30 coins with him. Oh no. We'll still take it back in blood. Taking what is due, claim Taitsu. Oh, lovely, it rhymes. Nurgle's all about rhyming. Shenyang is up to a tier 4 settlement. Celestial Dragon Crossbows are a dastardly opponent here on SFO. Look at those stats. Alright, then I think we go after Taitsu. Jump into a raiding stance and see what Tzeentch has for us.
Grandfather desires.
Looks like Tzeentch has nothing for us, and so we shall destroy them. Although who has more gold, do you think? Chaos or I'm betting Shenyang. We'll stay here and do some raiding. Haven't seen any of the dragon siblings, but I think it's a high time. I'm gonna throw in the Pits of Mutations. Palace of today is tomorrow's ruin. Maiden of the morning is the crone of the night. The hope of a moment is but the foundation of stone of everlasting regret. Fair enough, and when growth is above 200, with 5 population, or, oh, it's an either or. This will give us 5% more resistance while under siege. Sounds good to me.
Bring ruin.
Alright, Moxia, let's see if we can't lure the Skaven into a fool's errand here.
Nurgle's guidance.
They're usually pretty decent at blocking ambush attempts themselves, but can you reach? Not quite. Let's stay in this army for now. You can have them scout Skaven ruins basically for free as long as you've got the gold, and then you can get some free experience for it as well. Income from military buildings in the province, which we don't have any as of yet. Saving up for that's gonna be great. Alright, KROQ-GAR'S.
The
Thorek attacked and ran. So likely he'll attack for keeps this next time, as long as he thinks he can keep it. As long as he thinks he's not under any kind of threat.
Hold my
I move to here. Go into an ambush. See if we can convince him to attack Lamia again. And then we shall pounce. Perfect. Now we're going to save up our gold and our infections on the turn. We've got damaged buildings in Lamia. No, we're not going to repair that. That'd be a complete fool's errand.
You are nothing but an ambulatory beaker of reagents.
Truth. And he wants peace for 3,000. No, absolutely not. There is no more change. Everything's going to stay the same. That is Swamp of Sameness. So I see no enemies coming from the south, but there's likely a new army building up down here. Norse infection is complete to those mortals who have wisely given themselves to the worship of the ruinous powers. Grandfather Nurgle shall provide a richly festering, gloriously agonizing reward. Can we reach Thorek? The answer is no, but it does look like someone came through and smashed through his territory, so Thorek versus Scarbrand, and he looks to be losing. So what I'm going to do is press south. These lands I don't care about so much. We are moving Kugath down to wage a crusade against each. No real reason to channel up there. Moxia should be able to reach the Temple of Elemental Winds. He was an ambush. There should be no rats here. There's nothing here at all.
Inconsequential.
What happened? I raised it and I left, and I completely forgot about it last episode. I think that's exactly what happened. I just thought the rats had come on in to reclaim the territory. Have to remember our own battle strategies. Okay, so Taitsu also has no one here. Let's go ahead and loot and occupy. Maybe we get to fight a rebellion. Get some free experience, and now we're losing some income.
A wondrous day.
I guess we need to build up a Nurgle nest.
I bring despair.
And Moxie, I can't really get you back into our territory.
Nurgle's esteem.
Made a huge mistake. That's alright, we'll move up to try to take down a Shangwu then.
Such paltry trash.
Would be a bit of an issue. Let's see if we can't give Lamia to the Skaven.
Shower me in gifts, or you die by my claw.
How much gold do you have? A little bit more than previous. You can have Lamia. That'll make Thorek a little bit less likely to claim it. Glen Moors.
Of fight kill, yes?
You've got a mission for me. Caterpillar. So is this their only army? Now we know where they're at. No one is at the Doomglade. How intriguing.
Bruised bubble.
Move into their territory then, start dropping even more Nurgle corruption. It's already at 100, so whatever we can do to assist that. Our next technology. I think. Rain resistance would be great for even more growth. Extra armor for all units while attacking also would be pretty great. Just overall 10% more replenishment rate. There are no words that could accurately describe the sickly substance that seeps from the pores of a red ague host. But Nurgle himself fondly calls it crimson honey. That sounds just horrifying.
My studies.
Then what we should do is try to spread around one of the designer plagues. Most of our settlements have the green pox, as they should. You don't. So we shall spread it around. Green pox, here at the Fortress of Vorag. growth and research rate across the board. $4,000 gold, we might be able to afford a attack building or a military building. We absolutely can, so we're gonna grab the demonic X-Axe here. Excellent. And then the last building chain we're gonna have in the Dread Rock is going to be the one that allows our military buildings to cycle faster, the Carnivorous Compost. In the meantime, how expensive are you guys? 93. We can get rid of a few Nurglings. I'd like Moxia's army to be mostly mortals, plus a few key demons. Awesome.
Wurzag.
Sign a non-aggression with Wurzag.
Got
Got a bit of gold, so I'll take it. Some crazy savage orcs. I would really like to try to get some deals with corn. Strangely corny army here. Thank you, Scarbrand. Who wants peace? Just village. How much are you willing to give me? 6,000.
I rule these negotiations.
Well, you think so, but look at all this gold you're willing to give me.
Good. Together.
No, not together. You're just gonna give me all your gold, and as soon as I'm allowed to attack you again, guess what? You are going to have a terrible day. Yeah, so before going to the Haunted Forest, let's just finish off the Dread Rock. Come on in here and grab our Carnivorous Compost. Excellent. Ruins End up to tier 3. You're a pig barter proper. We could grab more Rancid Aloe. It gives us Forsaken and more Soul Grinders, which Soul Grinders are awesome. I guess as soon as they've got a little bit more gold, we can give them another settlement. I'm not really interested in controlling any of this land over here. Until we get down to the Southern Wastes, in which case I'm going to own all of it. But until we get there, we skip through and we end turns. Right, the Great Swelling, a vast bubo the size of a fortress with a stench like an open sewer in high summer. Good grief. Sprouts suddenly upon the earth. The size of a fortress? A mass of slithering, slippery shadows are visible beneath its greasy surface. How best to show gratitude for Grandfather's noxious gift? Nurture the growth and gain 20 growth in all provinces? Or burst the growth? Pestilent horrors swim within this vast and necrotic edifice shall be loosed upon the land. Let's nurture the growth. Smear some carrion all over it. The mutinous gits are gone. I trusted Clan Moors the whole time. Plagues are spreading nicely. And now we move to crack down the Doomblade.
Make them rot.
Exactly. Unfortunately, there's still nothing here worth the fight.
Our enemies.
How sad.
Hot specimens.
We absolutely will be sacking the Doomblade, and apparently with that we claim our short victory. So now we have extra winds of magic. It's 5 for every army with a spellcaster. And +1 capacity for all my heroes. Seems great to me. Can't afford that, but we loot and occupy the Doomblade. And we hand Libaris over to Clan Moors.
Yes, yes. I have the best words.
He has the best words. 6,400 gold. Thank you kindly.
Good.
Funding our empire by giving the rats all of our garbage on uninhabitable settlements. Okay, so the Zargs are back. This looks like an army that's a little bit more scary than last time, because it has something beyond just Noblars.
Cataclysm.
Actually, with our gold, we're going to claim the Temple of Elemental Winds,
Despair.
since it is in a climate we actually can enjoy. Excellent.
Fathers here.
I'm going to come down now. Words Shangwu. We will give Taitsu off to the Chaos Dwarves. Let's sprint on back down into friendly territory and give ourselves a bit of a break here. Don't construct that, and instead offer to give you Taitu, and you will give me just gold. I don't want any kind of agreement besides that. Thank you, old Tornado Beard. Give them someone else to worry about. The below added carcass. Let's instead actually worry about making his troopers better this time, or just himself. Because all the Great and Clean ones have such good skill lines, it's hard to really choose. Yeah, let's come up here, Infernal Champion. We're going to try to work through to the Pestilent Decay. Get that Mortis Engine effect out.
Rot Weaver.
Birdie, since we're not worrying about fighting Tzeentch just yet, we'll keep going on the hard-to-hit terrain. Definitely the Gate of Nurgle here. Is it upgrade to letting me have... No, just you get 3 summons. I think at one point in time, this gave you stronger units each time, but I think Vinris decided that was a little bit too powerful. Which, very fair enough. On you board and everything is doing lovely, but before we do any upgrades there... Haunted Forest is one of our other pretty decent settlements. What we really have are these two, which are going to be helping out our income from military buildings. Which makes more? Advanced or normal? Tree of Decay is where we're going to gain our Chosen from. It's 100 a turn as opposed to 100 for these as well. Grab one of these advanced buildings. I'll take the Lesser Garden of Blight for the beasties and the Great Unclean ones. Here at Dreadrock, we can upgrade the Eye of Terror. Beautiful. Hopefully we can start seeing some nice income. Everything else here, let's go ahead and save on, unless it was a control building, which we've already got those all slotted in. Skip on through. We've got damaged buildings of the Doomblade. Fine by me. Hopefully we get ourselves a good battle here soon. No, everything is all calm on both fronts. Ugath is an authoritarian, which is perfect. He already might be. Well, the end is nigh. Pyramid awakes. So we've got the winds of magic are enveloping the Black Pyramid of Nagash. Portent of dark times ahead. Something stirs within. Was that the end times we get this time? So nothing but the puppets of Nagash, which may see Lamia resurrected. I'm not going to worry about that. I'll let the rats deal with them. We're going to continue our trip down towards the Temple of Skulls. Croc-gar's building up an army. Sneaky behind the bridge here and hand off Labaris to even more territory here.
Yes. How can you best serve Clan Moors?
You can have this ruined settlement. I'll take all the gold. It's at least a little bit of gold.
Yes.
I want this very much. I agree, except. Well, that's perfect. Clan Moors should be able to clobber Marok. Probably likely where Thorek is hiding. Tigerman, and it does look like Crag and Taster is going to build up. I bet he's going to come on down here after us. Shambletown is just a little bit better defended. There's a lot more boys, but it doesn't have 3 Beasts of Nurgle, which is terrifying.
Decay brings life.
There's Zhao Ming.
None.
We have found him.
The Iron Dragon.
Ooh, Zhangu War Drums. Is there any difference between this and the version in normal? Extra accuracy is different. Yes, indeed. And only 25 armor as opposed to, I think, 40 you get in the main game.
All shall fester.
Okay.
I
We can go ahead and jump into an ambush stance next to the temple. We might have a good chance to throw down with good old Zhao Ming.
The joy of disease.
Since we know he's down there in the south, we don't have to worry about him up here in Shenyang. So let's get ready to deploy
My children will
Plague Cultist.
decimate you.
Move up a little bit there. We'll come into the Plague Cauldron. And all units suffer attrition when under siege. And then extra attrition while under siege. Plague Cult is going to cost 300. So we can take that out and just go for extra attrition while under siege.
Cultist.
Welcome, Hudakai. Drop off your goodies. Right in the water supply. Shenyang is now infected, and now the Grand Duke can move in.
Bring the plague.
Pyrrhic victory. I don't want to give that one to the auto-resolve, that's weak. And we'll go ahead and build up some snail towers. And battering ram, or 2. Excellent, we'll have ourselves a huge siege here against Shenyang.
I'll make you rot.
Also see how much damage they're going to be taking from
Pulverize them.
attrition. It's not going to show us.
I'll destroy.
I guess we'll have to see here next turn. So it's going to be very minor, unless it's going to be just kind of one of those things where it will not tell us until it's too late for them. Our income is not looking very good. That means we're not going to really want to spend any gold. But with 2 turns till these things are both in, then it's going to probably sort things out immediately. We usually want to slow down on our recruitment, especially of Chaos Knights, as they're incredibly expensive. Oh, poor Croc-gar ran right into our ambush. However, this is a huge battle. We've got Limb Blight on them. Once they fall off, they don't grow back. And what all that does is drop their vigor and speed. You're missing an arm. Lizardmen are absolute tanks. They care not for their loss of arms. Well, they might care about an explosion of plague inside their lines. Let's find out. Alright, well, Croc-gar's thrown himself together an army full of blessed units. We'll see how well it works for him. Let's start deployment. They have to flee all the way over here, so we're gonna go ahead and set up in front of that. We got up on top of this hill. Able to bombard that whole group. I want him taking the initial charge from Croc-gar, as he's pretty much the only unit on our lineup who can. Another plague launcher behind him. And we'll have the hero core.
Hero of Nurgle.
He's on a Shrine of Nurgle. Let them up front. The ultimate buffer there.
Record infections.
Sweet, and as everything dies around them, he'll start healing more and more. We want them defending the retreat point. And we'll have Uncle Frunkel hanging out with them. I'm gonna have the Beasts of Nurgle hiding in the woods to defend the hero core. The guild right behind them. We're gonna rip on out and do some damage. I have all the single entities up front. From all of my infantry then. Everything else, the Air Force can be on their own. We'll kind of keep them back behind Ugath. They can also harass Croc-gar on his way in. Go ahead and throw the Hounds of Decay in this forest. Same thing with the Barons. Just hiding in the forest, waiting for him to come on over and close that gap. We love the smell of plague in the morning. Let it rain.
Means decay.
Oh, they're all going after Croc-gar himself. Let's go ahead and shoot at someone else. Maybe the Red Crest's behind him.
Bloody.
Here, T-Rex closing the gap. Where is he going after? There's a Hand of God blasting our way. A lot more damage than I would have expected. He's going to heal that up, but ouch. That wasn't very nice. Not at all. Go ahead and have you come on through. He should only have 2 of those Croc-gar. His lines are already devastated. Move the units up just to stop them from escaping. Beast in the guild, go ahead and show yourself. Stop him from fleeing. Meanwhile, Kugath and the artillery can continue to have a good time blasting apart skinks. Weaken Croc-gar's melee attack. Activate all of the abilities at once. Rancid visitations on poor Croc-gar as well. Three-round burst and start going after some of the clever girls moving into position. Not doing all that well there, Croc-gar. Let's drop off even more heals for our champion. That's a pretty bad time. Oh, here come the million stalkers. How brave. Go ahead and throw down the melee reflection on you. As soon as y'all are close enough, it's Grenade City. Uncle, go ahead and wade into the chameleon stalkers. Drag them down. Bring this group all wide here. Looks like the Croc-gar are staying way back, which is an interesting strategy. Croc-gar himself is already gone though. Send everyone in. Kugath into melee form. Beast of Nurgle, let's go beat down on some chameleon stalkers. Plague bearers for you. And these 3 can go after these poor feral gold ones. They were in the cavalry. Keep charging on in there, Frunkel. Through with them in melee. We're far too tanky. Frunkel can throw down the heals. It's just a wave of fleeing. Wave of fleeing lizardmen. Toadies, you can keep chasing off these clever girls. Clever they thought they were. We'll just you keep moving. Now we've got a huge wave of doom. Anyone who still has ammunition, let's get over here and start throwing down with these Croc-gar who are just slow walking towards their doom. Croc-gar have developed depression. Go ahead and bring the plague drones over. See how good a single volley of grenades does against these poor idiots. Croc-gar have no defense. Although one of my drones is down there. Nope, that was almost spooky. Not a lot of damage. They're doing a pretty good job of warding that off. How much missile resist do Croc-gar have? Really not that much. Impressive. Slaughter them all. Slowed into an absolute crawl. Gold ones would be disappointed. They weren't already exterminated. There's the victory. Poor Croc-gar. Well, I'm going to round up as many of these fools as I can, and I will catch you all on the campaign map. Another stern talking to for Croc-gar as we try to just move through his lands to go throw down with this Skaven, or not the followers of Leech. Let's take the extra incubation. Right, another Clan Wars mission successful. Kugath has himself a lovely new plague. Some new goodies. And specimen collection is done. We now need to try to wound Gecko. who's right behind us. I mean, sure. Cultist, that's your job. Get him.
Infected wound.
Ooh, but you failed.
Never heal.
Infected wounds will never heal unless you fail to do anything at all.
You are ambulatory decay.
We'll just move between Elricon and the Temple of Skulls.
Children. Specimens required.
Or poor fool. And we'll give Kugath the Sword Veteran, almost reaching the Pestilent Decay.
This
We're nearly there.
affect so many.
That being the idea, my friend. One more research is needed to move on to the next tier, so let's go ahead and grab what does Sores give us. Drops replenishment rate and charge bonus for all non-Nurgle armies. I just think more weapon strength and missile resistance for all of our Plague Bearers is going to be very useful. So therefore, we should grab that.
Further by studies.
I figure.
Blessed be the putrid.
Likely the Iron Dragon is still there. He's doing his best to hide from us.
Time to die.
Time to die.
Health is
So I would rather here at On Newport jump on in and pass out yet another set of green pox. Increase our research rate as much as possible. 360%. And when that starts spreading around, we'll have even more. Grand Duke is infected with Troubling Ague and the mucus runs.
Pestilent punishment awaits.
You have here then, Moxia?
Lord of
Rumbling Ague and the mucus runs. So what if we then jump into the Plague Cauldron? Instead give you the Nurgle's Rot on Moxia. Fantastic. Extra debuffs for Xiao Ming to have to work through. Of course, we have no defenses the Temple of Elemental Winds, so if he chooses to move now, we're going to be probably in a bit of trouble.
malignant
We do have the Great Chaos Dragon, but I don't know if that's going to be actually much of a match for Xiao Ming himself. We can only hope. More control here at Xiang. And with that, I'd like to go ahead and end the turn. Hopefully our economy woes will be fixed here next turn. Skip on through, although how much is the... Get a fort of port somewhere. Is it Ruin's End? How much is the port here? 2,200? Let's go for it. Worth it in the long run, for sure.
We bring it, Grand. You have rejected Grandfather Nurgle's embrace for the last time.
Time for Eshin to try for peace. 300. Bring me more gold next time. We're ready for peace now. Please don't punch us anymore. Wargrove of Woe is gone. Several plagues spreading on around, and now we've got Haute Couture. Traveling Clothier sets up her stall, offering garments tailored so masterfully that they are like a second skin. All who don her garments become consumed by self-obsession, forever admiring their own reflections, refusing all other duties. Undeterred, countless more queue up the door. Surprising. I don't know that the followers of Nurgle care so much how they look at this point. Let's look at this lad.
My
Now we are going to choose to eliminate Talrakan. Poor fool will be auto-resolved out of existence.
our enemies are but
Offer them up as tribute as there's 2,000 gold available there. Talrakan bites the dust, and maybe Sturgoff can take down Gecko. Maybe. There we go. Gecko slaughtered. Another beautiful bit of art there. Gain a potion of strength and 600 favor.
his fetid embrace.
Let's grab the final gate of Nurgle onward to the greater gate, which will give us a summon of a great unclean one. How long does he last?
Plague Weaver.
Surely not 10 seconds only. That'd be very short-lived. You come from raising settlements.
Perfect.
Don't like that so much. Let's just go ahead and grab not organized. Missile resistance for everyone above rank 7. Enemy leadership -1. Well, probably sure down to -3. Sounds good to me. As many of our foes we can see fleeing before the battle even begins. I'm here for it. Grab Blade Shield for Semoth, working towards the Deadly Onslaught. I have so many abilities, I can't even use them all. Right. Oh, I thought our income woes would be fixed. That only added 262, really not that much. Nurgle's economy is pretty gross. Grand Duke, can we nearly throw down here? Gonna give us a decisive victory now? Yeah, they've taken so many casualties. Man, how unfortunate. Well, yeah, unfortunately, a decisive victory, no casualties, would just be a quick smackening. I'll take a fair few losses there. We are not going to sack Xiangyang because of no gold. Going to. There's not a lot of gold there for it, but we're still going to. We move fast to go after these poor fools. We just go ahead and claim the port, even though it's not something we necessarily want. Let's do it. Xiangyang belongs to me now. Fixing our predicted income. So I'll spend whatever gold we need to repair Xiangyang, and we can grab the Cultist Camp spices. And what else would be useful for us? Attrition went under siege. Wouldn't mind just throwing in the control building. Will also increase how much, but we can't move further. Enemies will reduce their movement. How intriguing. Extra corruption. Extra corruption attrition. Well, the Grand Duke himself, let's give him a bit more armor. Something he's missing out on is a large unit. Another point into hero.
It would please Nurgle.
Yeah, I'm having such a hard time breathing. And then Arcane Conduit for Sir Stuart. He is quite elite at this point. We've got all these awesome caravans hanging out, although this one's completely broke. Is it supposed to tell you how much gold is in there? He's sent this caravan out with no cargo whatsoever. Interesting strategy. Here at Knobbly Gorge, we could add in cyst growth or the old plague flesh poppies. Let's grab some more plague flesh. All plague flesh abound. Can we afford the Cultist Camp of Wood here? Not bad, not bad. I don't think. Oh, here's Miao Yang. Wait, did they confederate and just didn't tell me? They must have confederated and we completely missed it. And Meow's down here too. Or should we move down to take her out while we can?
Interference will cost you your life.
Interference will cost me my life.
Only said Young.
This army is not amazing. We wouldn't actually be able to reach her. Alright, well that's a problem. Foxy, you come back a bit. We have a stretch wiring wrench. Stretch ring wrench.
The Fly Master.
Explaining what he's all about. What are we missing for Gut Rot? We need to spread more buboes for Gut Rot, and then Acrid Flatulence. Armor minus 40%. That's pretty incredible. So let's go for Palsy. Here on the Grand Duke, just spread this once. Hopefully it kind of jumps around. Oh, we lost replenishment. Is because you can only have one plague at a time. I've just done something very foolish. So we've learned. Probably I already knew that, and you've just been completely overlooking it. Another intern then. The whispers of the eyeless have commenced. Do you hear the whispers? Drops our research rate by 20%. Yeah, we hear the whispers for sure. No problem. No pain, no gain. When the flesh can bear no more lesions, the spirit seeks release. So endless is Nurgle's love that he does not permit this misguided folly, and there are always more gifts to bestow. Plagues spread on out all everywhere. We'll have KROQ-GAR'S just move in and take down the Temple of Skulls then. Directly through with medium casualties, is it?
Let our feet.
Right, then we'll build up some Nurgle siege towers. 2 of those, and that's about all we need. And we'll set for the turn and let that build.
Make them rot.
Perfect. And then further up into Athlelands. How did you move this caravan past us? Impressive. Moved away from the village of the Tigermen, and we can no longer see it.
Warriors. I dream of flinging your carcass.
He's got so many enemies he's having to fight everywhere, and he's losing. So Moxia move a little bit closer. Try to stay in that ambush. If Miao Ying moves after you, we can take him down. Take her down.
The joy.
Since Ching is going to sit outside, we'll deal with them like this. Sorry, buddy.
So much decay.
King Si Kong.
I bring the plague gift.
Let's try to ambush Snickich as well. We'll come out into the ambush stance.
Children.
I'm scared all of 0 for the rats that are over there. Right. With those victories over our nearby neighbors, we are absolutely obliterating all those around us. We've already claimed the short victory campaign, so let me know in the comments, are we wanting to take this one all the way to the long victory campaign, or what kind of secondary goals should we be shooting for here with this campaign? For now, I'm going to be out of time for today. I've been at Space Was a Total War. Remember to leave a like for like God and a sub for the subathon. I'll see you on the next one.